Welcome back to Two Doves, Bees, and Gardens. Today, we're turning a chilly North Texas moment into something sweet and fragrant. Just before the killing freeze that swept through, we harvested some lemon basil from our garden, and we're putting it to delicious use.
Hi, I'm Sarah from Two Doves, Bees, and Gardens. Thank you for visiting us today. Tonight, I am going to make some lemon basil cookies. It is supposed to get down to 31 degrees tonight, so this is my last chance. I had John pick a bunch of lemon basil for me. The recipe calls for 1/2 cup minced leaves. And while this looks like a lot, some of the top leaves are damaged from when it got down to 34 and windy a week or so ago. And there's lots of blossoms. We'll see how many leaves are underneath and how much I actually need to clip up to be able to make the cookies. They are delicious. I got the recipe from Hollyberry Herb Farm. They sent it to me in email in a link, which we'll post below. And I hope that you enjoy these cookies as much as we do. Okay, we've got our lemon basil washed. Okay, let's put it through the sieve here. So we need a 1/2 cup, and I'm pretty sure that we've got that much. So we need a 1/2 cup of lemon basil. So let me start chopping this up and make sure that this is still 1/2 cup. The recipe calls for minced, so we want to cut it pretty finely. You know, when you buy dry herbs and the size pieces that they are in the jar, that's about what you're looking for. Okay, I think we've got it chopped up fine enough. Let's see if it measures up to a 1/2 cup. Even when you think you have a lot, when you're measuring, it always takes more than you think. And yes, it's going to be enough. Yay! Doesn't have to be perfect, just close to level. We have all our ingredients ready. Let's look at the recipe and get started. Okay, first ingredient is butter. And we need 3/4 of a cup, which is 1½ sticks. We also want to add the sugar and cream the butter and sugar together. So we have 1 cup sugar. And this would be a whole lot easier if I had that up. You want to cream those until they're light and fluffy. So it's going to take a few minutes. Okay, you can see that the mixture, it looks a lot fluffier than it did at the beginning. That's what you're looking for. And then next, we add 2 eggs and vanilla and our lemon basil. One teaspoon vanilla. And 1/2 cup lemon basil. We worked hard to pick this and wash it and shop it. It's all going in. Now, the recipe that I got is a little bit confusing at this point because it also says to add some citrus juice, but it never calls for that in the ingredients. So I just left it out and it works fine without it. Let's get this all mixed up. You'll need to scrape the bowl a time or two just to make sure everything gets mixed in. Next, we add our dry ingredients. 1 teaspoon salt. And I get my salt in bulk, and I like to store it in glass, and this is what I had. So we love Redmond salt. We like getting the minerals in with our salt. 1 teaspoon. I also get my baking powder in bulk. 1 teaspoon baking powder. Now, the recipe calls for adding your flour and then mixing it all. I'm going to mix the salt and baking powder first, just to make sure they're well mixed in and evenly distributed. Okay, now let's add the flour. Two and a half cups. That was 1, 2, and a half. And as soon as I can't see the dry spots of flour anymore, as soon as I can see that it's mixed in, I stop the mixer. I know from making other things that the more you mix it, the more it develops the gluten. And when you're doing baked goods, that can make it tough. For bread, that's what you want. But for cookies, you want them, I like them more crispy and or flaky. But anyway, I don't want them tough. So I'm being careful not to overmix it. Just scraping off the beater. And there's a little bit of dry flour on the edge. And I am just going to stir that in by hand. I'm not worried about it. So just stirring in that last bit of flour so there's no more dry spots, and also scraping the bottom of the bowl to make sure it's all stirred in. Looks like the mixer didn't do that great of a job, but you can see that's what it looks like. It's kind of a yellow dough with lots of little green spots. Okay, and then the next step, we are going to put this on a piece of wax paper. And if you do like me and you find a little bit at the bottom that wasn't mixed in, just kind of stir it in as you scrape out your bowl. Cookies are not that high tech. Okay, now we want to form a log. So it helps if you can keep it from rolling up while you're putting it out. Some people like to eat their cookie dough. I would much rather eat the cookies. Okay. Spreading this into more of a log shape that I can roll up. You can see the dough is pretty sticky. Very sticky. And that is the main reason you need to chill it. It'll also make it a lot stiffer, a lot harder, and that will make it easier to handle in the next step. Trying to make this more of a doll and less of a cube. I think I'm doing okay here. Just rolling it up. Okay, there we have our cookie roll. Now we want to put this in the refrigerator to chill. Since we mixed up the cookie dough in the evening and it needs to chill for 3 hours, we decided to wait until the next day to bake them rather than to stay up late. So the first thing we want to do is to preheat the oven to 400 degrees. Okay, let's get the cookie dough out of the fridge. Okay, it's not a perfectly round log. It settled some during the chilling, but hey, we did our best. Just unwrapping it, as you can see, the wax paper likes to cling just a bit. Now this part, making the actual cookies, is easy. All we do is slice and put them on the cookie sheet. The recipe says cut them between 1/8 and 1/4 inch thick. The thicker they are, the longer they'll need to bake. Yep, once you slice the cookies, just put them on the cookie sheet. Oh, that's not round at all. But yeah, you don't need to grease your cookie sheet or anything. Just put your cookies on it and it's ready. If you're wanting to have lemon basil cookies for the holidays or sometime during the winter, you can always make your dough ahead of time and freeze it. That actually works just fine. And then just thaw it in the refrigerator for a day before you're planning to use it. Okay, there's the last one. Now, as soon as the oven's hot, we'll put them in. Okay, the leftover dough, I am just going to roll back up and put it in a baggie in the fridge, and then we can have more cookies fresh the next time we want them. And maybe I can actually get it a little more round. Okay, let's get these in the oven. The recipe says 8 to 10 minutes. Since I cut them a little on the thicker side, I'm going to set the timer for 10 minutes. And they're done when they're lightly brown around the edges. Okay, they're just starting to get brown around the edges. I don't think they're ready yet. I'm going to put them in for another minute. Oh, they smell good though. Even after another minute, you can see there's still very little brown. But I'm going to call that done. Okay, we'll let these cool and then we'll get to sample. Now, all that's left is the taste test. Mild lemony flavor, crispy on the outside, soft on the inside. Yummy cookies.